Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So over the past week or so, there's been an ongoing meme that people are tracking, and it's essentially a race to 550,000 subscribers on YouTube, where Dokibird is gaining subs towards that number, and Nijisanji EN's Alira Pandora has been losing subs towards that number. Now, not only have we seen Dokibird officially pass 550,000 subscribers, we've also seen her officially overtake Alira Pandora in total subscribers. Now, that is something that is making a lot of the people in the Nijisanji Defense Force very upset, because they have been doing their best over the past week or two to defend the honor of Nijisanji and their livers. And as I pointed out in yesterday's video, a lot of these efforts have only made the image of Nijisanji and its livers worse. And another person has decided to enter that fray, a popular streamer by the name of 39daf. As you can see, nearly 500,000 followers on Twitter. She is someone who has collaborated with Nijisanji in the past, including Nijisanji EN's Kyo, who by the time you're watching this video is either in the process of his graduation stream or has officially graduated from Nijisanji EN. Once again, another person having their graduation moments overshadowed because people are defending Nijisanji and making the company look really bad in terms of PR. Now, what did she do? Well, there's some chat logs that are coming out where 39daf was saying things about Dokibird, but this is not the first time that 39daf has gotten in trouble for offline chat logs. Back in 2021, she went on an anti-white tirade, calling white people crackers and snow roaches, while saying that her stream is not a white people space. Now, this is something she would apologize for, but of course in her apology would say sorry for poking at white fragility. But anyways, she is once again in trouble because of offline chat logs involving her thoughts about the Dokibird situation. She read the latest statement as well as other things going on over the past week and has made many false claims about this situation. And I definitely think it's worth exploring due to the popularity of this streamer. So here's where she starts. On the 14th, she spent her Valentine's Day in this offline chat saying many things about Dokibird, saying that she's reading this whole thing and it's so strange. And of course, in case you're not familiar how these chat logs work, you read them upwards. So she gets to this point here saying, if you specifically named individuals that bullied and harassed you within a company, they will be sent the docs relevant to them, which we know this was all supposed to be a private document shared between Dokibird, her lawyer, and Nijisanji's lawyers, but of course that was not the case. And as she goes on here, so she starts talking about the spiciest parts of this whole thing and how things just aren't adding up, and claims that Dokibird kind of publicly slandered and caused a witch hunt. Of course, saying that she slandered the Nijisanji EN livers and caused a witch hunt, which is extremely far from the truth. She made a private document with her lawyer that was not supposed to be shared publicly. In fact, it was Nijisanji and through their livers, something that they shared publicly. And the witch hunt began with Nijisanji and Anycolor's first statements during the termination announcement, where they hinted towards bullies within their agency, but did not specifically name them. So people were starting to guess as to the identity of who these bullies were that were targeting Celine, now Dokibird. But she goes on to say that because I genuinely also don't understand how you can file a court case and say you want to move on as if it's not ongoing. I'm sorry, girly. That's not how legal matters work. You can't decide on a whim when you want it to be convenient. So again, having no understanding of what's going on here, this was not something that was filed in a court. This was a private document shared between legal counsel that Nijisanji then shared with people that were not supposed to see it, as per the wishes of Dokibird, but going on saying this whole thing is suspicious and now she's caused a mob mentality that's making things worse. Well, she would continue by talking about the proof that Dokibird brings to the table, not only demanding that it should be shared publicly and that she's hiding something by making it private. She also says this, that Dokibird has a very debatable definition of harassment, essentially victim shaming, saying that what she has experienced with Nijisanji and so on is debatable, that it's not actually harassment, which is obviously quite a unfair and rude thing to say about this situation. But she goes on further, saying that it's ironic that Dokibird said she wanted to move on, but it's an ongoing court issue involving dozens of people who will refute said harassment happened because their reputation is on the line. Again, another false statement about this situation. This is not an ongoing court issue. This is a legal document that was supposed to stay private. And in this case, with the reputation on the line, Nijisanji began by making this a public issue. This was never supposed to be a public issue. Nijisanji made it one when they made that termination announcement public against the wishes of Dokibird, who knew this would cause more issues. Then these streamers from Nijisanji EN took it upon themselves to voluntarily make a public statement. In this whole situation, Dokibird, in her latest statement, has reiterated this. Her role is to only respond to public statements made by Nijisanji as the initiator of these public statements. She only responded to the public termination and the public joint statement made by the livers. She's only replying publicly when Nijisanji starts it, and that's definitely within her right because she wanted to keep this private. But moving forward, she says this as well. Basically, Dokibird is suing Nijisanji and individuals within Nijisanji for harassment. Again, another false statement about this, unless she knows something that nobody else knows in the public. But moving forward, again, saying she effectively slandered dozens of people with no proof to the public. Again, unless you're privy to some information that we don't know, maybe Nijisanji is sharing this document with more people, but unless you've reviewed this legal document, I don't understand how you could possibly say there is no proof of anything, because how would you know? But she would continue by once again trying to attack the supposed proof by calling it flimsy. Again, I don't understand how she would have any idea that the proof is flimsy, but she would end those remarks on the 14th by saying that she's just really riled up, and you can base that Dokibird can basically slander a group of people, and she doesn't care about Nijisanji, the corporation, and withhold the proof that she had and gathered for this case and say that she wants to move on. Again, a complete misrepresented summary of everything that's going on, and she really kind of blames this all to yapping too much. And as I've said about the Nijisanji EN livers who came forward, the best advice for anyone who wants to poke their head into this without understanding fully the situation as well as the effect of their words, you should have just stayed quiet on this. There's no reason a large streamer needs to give their thoughts on this situation when clearly they have no idea what's going on, or they have an extremely strong bias due to any connections they have with Nijisanji. Well, as it turns out, these statements that she made in her chat logs were covered by False ID in this video he uploaded yesterday, and she definitely would see this video and respond once again in these chat logs that were offline. And it's a little small here, I will zoom in. So basically you can see the moments she's starting to notice that people are coming into her chat logs and seeing her offline chat, and she says that this is all peak journalism, and she goes on to say once again that her tweets about this whole or her messages about the situation is just her interpretation of a legal court case going on that's a bit more graduated than drama. And to make this worse, this is the real stinger right here to show you how really disingenuous she is about the situation. She asks if she should promote merch while people are angry at her. And that's exactly what she would do. With, of course, the company she works with, Sentinels, she would promote merch in response to the people questioning her false statements about the Dokibird situation, which is always a very, very bad move. I don't understand how you don't see that this is a very petty, bad move. One that also, in the eyes of many, co-signs Sentinels to your statements, because this is your response to the criticism. Now you're dragging them into this conversation, which is not a very good look for a lot of reasons that I really don't have to explain. But of course, people would tear her apart. In the replies, this user saying, the fact that your friends expose themselves by revealing that they have read the document when it's not even legal, you're just embarrassing yourself. And another one saying multiple documents, Doki specified one, suing a specific person under a company. She just said she had a lawyer and they were trading info with Niji before she was fired, implying it was so she could leave the company early. Another one saying victim blaming, you're so pathetic, which we saw a lot of in her offline chat logs. And of course, here's kind of the end of it, where she is saying that her being friends with Niji livers means jack shit in the court of law, which I don't understand what exactly she's saying that for, but really going on again to blame this all on yapping and speculating like everyone else, and that she only has 10 people supposedly in this offline chat log. And really, you're a little bit too experienced as a content creator to understand that your words publicly about another content creator, especially with serious matters like this, are going to be watched and taken seriously by people. And you can't use the excuse of, ooh, woo, I'm just a tiny streamer or something, or I don't know, I'm just giving my thoughts. Well, you're not just a regular person. You're a large content creator. People are going to pay attention, just like they pay attention to the words I'm saying in this video. I know that people are going to take them, so I take what I'm saying seriously and try to educate myself on the topic that's at hand. But that's going to do it for this video. This is a complete mess. But another person throwing their hat in the ring for seemingly no reason at all other than to cause themselves problems. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, share your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.